Good afternoon, and welcome to an exciting Cyber Sentinel 3.20 patch. Want to hear a joke? Balance. Joining me for this wonderful patch today, the most exciting patch of all, we do have 3 guests on the show as per usual. Fishman will be joining me first of all from the corner. This is our Halloween patch if you didn't guess, because we don't get a Halloween show, you get it early. Fishman joining us. I have no clue who that is in the middle, but it concerns me in many, many ways, especially when you hear it speak. How are you doing, Thing?
Fabulous.
And finally, if you've not seen her before, this is high-res Tina joining us for the very first time.
But... Hi.
Tina, where do you work?
High-res?
Yeah. In the other building.
It's going to be a great show. I can see this already.
Yeah, we got
on
it together.
On the SMITE design team, you guys.
And on the SMITE design team, what she does do most of all, I believe, is the voice packs, correct?
Yes, among other things. Yeah.
Any blame about voice packs whatsoever?
Puns, perhaps.
Well. However, we always have Pompon on the show. Come rain, come snow, come sleet. Pompon is always with us. Pompon, how are you doing today?
It's so neat to be here with all of you again. We got some great things to show off this patch.
Pompon, have you actually executed things correctly this week and have no issues?
Oh, I'm sure that everything is up to my perfect Pompon standards.
I'm shocked. Ha ha, ha ha ha. Anyway, on with the patch, and we'll start things off with some wonderful skins this patch. And the skins we'll begin with will be Warlord. Yes, I said it. Warlord Kumbhakana is coming at you today. It's going to be a fantastic new skin. Oh, apologies.
But first,
it appears we have to go in a different order this week because...
Pompon.
Pompon.
First.
Pompon, can you just tell me what went wrong, first of all? Just what did you do?
I pressed the wrong button.
As always. So Pompon hasn't actually
one job, Pon.
his key bindings this week, so we're going to skip skins first of all. We'll come back to him a little bit later on, but we're going to start things off instead with the item and god balancing in the game this week. Pompon, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Let's go through. We'll start off with achievements as always. Hopefully pops up on the screen for you guys at the bottom. And achievements will be Camazot's Bat out of Hell, as Camazot's hit 3 gods with a single swoop or his Bat out of Hell ability. As well as Vampirism, as Camazot's obtained the Vampirism buff from his Vampire Bat's ability 6 times in a single match.
Yeah, these are great achievements. They both kind of just encourage you to play Camazot's really well. You get a bonus for damage if you hit the ultimate on multiple gods, and you really want to be stacking that buff too. So these are ones to just make sure you play Camazot's well.
Are you feeling okay, Pom-Pom? You seem to be a little bit, you know, more intelligent than usual is the way I want to put this.
I feel great. This is just, you know, just another day at work, and I love it.
It's great to have you, as always, Pom-Pom. Next up will be Hun Bats. Hun Bats, the monkey business, as Hun Bats teleport to an enemy god on the last bounce of Sacred Monkey.
Ooh.
And not only that, the Fear No Evil, sorry, Fear My Evil, I should say, as Hun Bats use Fear No Evil to fear 3 or more enemy gods.
Oh yeah, I like that monkey one where you really want to just make that with that sneaky teleport. That's awesome.
Sneaky, sneaky. And it is awesome indeed, Pompon, as always. Finally, the last achievement that'll be joining us this patch is Osiris. Simply stunning, as Osiris stunned 3 different enemy gods with this tether in a single game.
Ooh.
It means you're going to get ganked a lot for that one, Pompon.
Oh, in the single game.
Yeah.
I thought that one was really tough for a second, but that one's okay.
Okay, and finally, the afterlife awaits you. As Osiris, land your ultimate on 3 or more enemy gods.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
It is cool.
Skilled Osiris players, get at it.
Pompon, you're speaking more than you usually do. I'm not used to this level of interaction with you, I'll be honest.
Sorry about that.
And I do like the beard, by the way. How long have you been growing that one for?
You know, been working on it for weeks now, just trying to get it perfectly fitting to, yeah, looks great, right?
I can really feel it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well, we'll move on now to the Odyssey section, and a bit of an update for you. We will have some skins in this Odyssey coming up, which we'll go through later. However, there has been some confusion around limited versus exclusive Odyssey content, and we will have made a few decisions for content going forward. So I'm just going to quickly read these out for you. They will be in the patch notes for you to read over again, and then obviously Pompon may add something at the end if he so chooses. Any directly purchased content within an event is exclusive. Any bonus skin that is given within the context of an event is exclusive, with the exception of the final unlock skin. The final bonus skin is limited. Also, bonus frames, recall effects, HUD themes, avatars, and pedestal items are all limited as well. Pompon, anything to add?
Yeah, so I mean, with this one there's a little bit of confusion about. We goofed up on a couple external sources. Everything in the game should be labeled correctly But we had some other outside websites that were wrong. So we're making sure everybody gets a free cutesy avatar chest roll.
For free?
To apologize for our mistake. We're sorry about that.
For free?
That is true, yes.
I'm glad you apologize, Pom-Pom, because you don't often say you're sorry.
Oh, well, today I feel a little different, so I'm happy to apologize.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear, Pom-Pom. Next up is going to be the miscellaneous. Now, it's a very small change, but a very impactful change, I feel, for the world of Smite. Personal wards on the minimap are now green and start to pulse 30 seconds before expiring. So you can actually see your wards on the map visible at all times, Pom-Pom, for where your wards are, and you're going to be able to tell when they expire.
That's right. This is like the biggest misc change we've had in a long time. This one's super neat. This helps so much. You can tell which wards are yours. You can tell when your wards are fading. It's like, this one's amazing. This one changes the game, really.
Well, what an ancient change that came back to haunt us all and made things a lot better for us. Next up is going to be the item balance. I'm going to start things off with Emperor's Armor. This is going to get a cost reduction overall. It's going to go from 2,100 gold down to just 2,000 gold, so 100 gold reduction. Pom-Pom, why are we doing this?
Right, so this has been a theme throughout the season, and we're going to see a little bit more of that even this patch. But items that we think are very situational are going to be a little bit cheaper to build. So Emperor's Armor has a little bit lower stats than the other items in the mail tree, and it's much more powerful in certain scenarios. So we want to make sure that supports and other gods can pick that up when they really want to. So it's a little bit cheaper, a little bit easier to build into to make up for the stats.
Pom-Pom, it also almost feels like you're making sense this patch.
You know, it's just a special day for me. I think just the stars aligned. I woke up, got good sleep. Now everything's good.
Seems like the case. Next up is going to be Heartseeker, and this is going to have a small change to it too. The 3-second physical power buff from passive now applies 15% attack speed buff as well. So it's going to allow you, I guess, Pom-Pom, to keep that attack speed that you had already gained from this item.
That's exactly right. So this item had some kind of weird feelings associated where you would gain and lose stats at different times, but now the whole thing of the item is it's going to be building, building, building. You'll get that buff, you'll keep the attack speed throughout it, and then you'll go back to normal power and have to restack it. So constantly building, big burst of power, reset. Much better feeling, much more easy to understand.
It almost feels like music goes along with how enjoyable that change is.
Of course.
Next up is the Stone Cutting Sword. The Stone Cutting Sword, following in Emperor's Armor's footsteps here, is going to have a cost reduction. It's going to go down from 2,900 gold to 2,600 gold. 300 gold reduction. Pom-Pom, why?
Yeah, so this item it was kind of new item added this year, luxury item, very powerful, but it seems like it was just a little bit too expensive. We weren't seeing it picked up very often, and we really think that this should be a premier item for the attack speed, auto attack based hunters like, you know, Kali, Bakasura, etc. So those gods also haven't been seeing a lot of play, so we think this will help them, and this item will just be a little bit easier to use, a little bit easier to build into, and see it more often. It's a really cool item, so we want to make sure players buy it more.
Awesome, and the final item that will be getting changed this patch begins with V. And it's Void Stone.
Oh.
What were you going to say, Pom?
No, you had me at suspense. You were like V. I was like, oh, what else could it possibly be?
Not many things, to be honest, in the
V
tree.
I don't think there is one.
There's not enough items, Pom-Pom, to be able to call multiple things V, is there?
I guess we'll have to make more.
I guess we will, Pom-Pom.
I'll tell those designers to get on it.
You better tell those designers. Next up, Void Stone. Reduced cost from 2,350 down to 2,200. But not only that, it's also going to get a magical protection buff from 50 to 60. Pom-Pom,
Right.
Why?
Another situational item, you know, we want to make this one a little easier to build into, and also just increase the power a little bit. Interesting thing is people compare this one a lot to Void Shield, but Void Shield has a lot more gods, assassins, and hunters that could use it in strange ways. I mean, not really usually hunters, but assassins that can abuse it a little more than the supports and mages that can build into this. This should really help a lot of supports, and even the mages like Zhongqi and Hades and some other close range ones.
Okay, well, that's the end of the item section. For you, Pom-Pom, what was your favorite thing in the items there?
I'm pretty excited to see more people pick up Stone Cutting Sword and see if we see some more variations in assassins.
Well, next up
You know I'm a jungler. Assassins are my favorite.
You are a jungler. You were a very good jungler once
I used to be
upon
a pro jungler way back in the day.
Did you, though?
Yeah.
Did you?
I mean, kind of. Pro enough to get hired here, right?
Just like Adonis and Pecky's then as well, alongside them.
Hey, those guys are all pros.
Yeah, they're great. They're so good at what they do.
You are the best jester I've ever seen, by the way.
I feel very funny today, and I look it too. Next up is going to be God Balance, and with that, it's going to be a Myorific sort of patch, I want to say here, Pom-Pom.
Oh, yes, you could say that.
Well, let's begin. Is it in order this week?
I hope so. My alphabet skills have been lacking, but I've tried really hard.
They have indeed. First up on the list is Alpwash.
Uh-oh.
Why, oh why, and what is going to be happening to Alposh here, Pom Pom?
So Alpoch is getting mostly some base stat adjustments and mana cost reduction. This is going to help him play better in Conquest game mode specifically. He does pretty well in a lot of the other ones, but his mana costs really gave him a lot of trouble in Conquest, and we think Alpoch is a really cool-looking god, really unique god. We wanted to just bring him back a bit.
Let's be honest, he was like a dinosaur in the Arc Ages, really. He wasn't really played that much at all.
He was a little bit dinosauric, but you know, he's being resurrected maybe through some sort of crazy science.
Well, here's the changes we're going to have this patch for you. We're going to increase the base health of Alposh from 375 to 400. We're also going to increase the health per level from 70 to 75. We're also going to increase the base movement speed of Alposh as well from 355 to 365. Then all his other abilities are going to get small tweaks as well. We're going to see Undead Surge have a mana cost reduction. It used to be 70 to 110. It's now going to be 70 to 90. On top of that, we're going to see Corpse Explosion, The mana cost has been reduced from 60 to 100, is now 60 to 80. And Empty the Crypts is also going to have a mana cost reduction from 100, scaling up to 140, is now going to be 100 at all ranks. But we're also changing the way this ability is cast, Pom Pom, where the reduced casting time from 0.5 seconds becomes 0. However, the recovery time from this skill is going to go from 0.1 second to 0.6. So does this mean after casting ability, he's going to be frozen in place a little bit longer?
No, well, he can move actually as he casts it. The key here is that there was a lot of weird kind of almost buggy feeling interactions that would happen when he would start casting. You would hear the audio, you would even maybe see the effects in some cases, and then he would get interrupted. This was something that we had with Cupid as well that we fixed, and we really liked the results. So now when Alpoch fires his ult, he's going to get it off. He might still die immediately and lose it, but at least he's going to fire it
that was the issue.
When he wants to.
I always had with Alposh was he would always die immediately.
And the movement speed also change here is actually quite significant. This is something, you know, for a very immobile mage, try moving up the base movement speed, see how that feels, and we'll look into doing more things like that in the future if this is successful with him.
Wonderful. Next up on the Mayan list here is going to be Amuzan Cobb.
Oh yeah.
Amuzan Cobb. What are we changing about him?
So Amuzan Cobb. He's a very unique hunter, so we're really going to play to his uniqueness.
We're giving him more damage?
He is getting buffed, but he's not getting any direct damage buffs. He doesn't need that. He's got plenty of damage.
Okay. Wow, this is one of the better patches, Pom Pom.
I know, right? The game designers are really doing well now.
They seem to be getting a little bit better just lately.
So we're buffing his hives mostly. This is the unique feature of Amuzan Cobb. This is something that you have to be a very skilled player to use well, you know, placing them in the right spots, keeping them kind of managed. So we wanted to just buff that, reward players who want to play Amuzan Cobb. And this is also going to specifically help him more in Conquest than the other game modes, which is where he needs the help most.
Well, we're going to be looking at trying to take this into game, so I'll read these off as we go into game as well, to do with what's happening to the hive here. Now, the hives are now going to reveal all enemy gods within 20 units to all allies and shows hive area at all times. So you can easily keep track of those hives and where they are placed. It's also going to show the area of the hive being placed in targeting mode and increased radius from 80 to 90. Not only that, the mana cost of this ability used to be 40 scaling up to 60. It's now going to be 40 at all ranks as well. And you can really see, Pom Pom, the massive area it now covers.
It sure does. Yeah, a lot of quality of life adjustments here too. You can see now you can have this faint area to tell you always whether you're in the hives or not. Previously, you couldn't see that, so you had to actually really pay attention to your stats, your buff bar, to tell if you were in the hives, and it was just really uncomfortable to play.
Now, just to be clear here as well, Pom Pom, your friend can also see when these hives are removed, correct?
No, there's nothing with them being...
So you get a sound person.
It's that part, that was something we were testing with, actually, and that one is not in the patch.
Oh, okay. I thought I read that.
The key things about the hives are, if you can see on the mini-map there, you see that little blue glow around them? That is a slight bit of actual ward vision revealed to your entire team.
So it's like a very small ward.
A very small ward that's very easily destroyed.
And not only that with Amuzan Cobb this patch, but we are changing his honey a little bit here as well. The radius of increasing the bees flying to the honey from hives range has gone up. It used to be 55. It is now 90.
Right, so that's a pretty significant buff. But one of the things that was really strange about it is that honey had interacted with the hives, but on a different radius than their actual hive radius, which lots of players found very confusing and simply annoying. So now honey will work whenever you use it in a hive radius. They'll have the same radius. You don't have to keep track of two separate radius.
What a sweet little buff that was.
Oh yeah, AMC is going to be real now. Real.
Honey for the money.
And super neat.
Super, super neat. Next up is going to be the Fat Man. Everyone's going to know where he goes this patch because Bacchus is getting a small buff, and the buff is going to be to his healing reduction. It used to be 25%. It's now going to be 50%.
That's right.
Pom-pom.
So a lot of other gods that have built-in healing reduction have it at a pretty high, significant percentage, like Chang'e and Sobek. They have this 50% as well. And Bacchus's was much lower. Kind of felt strange. You couldn't really use it to counterpick. It was just kind of something that's stacked on top. But now bringing a little bit more highlights to it allows you to use Bacchus more actually as an anti-sustain counterpick, which we think is really awesome. And will give him a little bit wider applications in Pro League and in casuals.
As if he wasn't wide enough already.
Hey, he's been in and out. He's been in and out, you know.
True. True indeed. Next up is going to be Camazotz as well. Now Camazotz, before we actually go into the breakdown of what's happening with his abilities, Pompon, explain to me what we've seen with Camazotz so far and what we're looking to adjust.
Yeah, so Camazott's release has been fantastic. We've gotten really great feedback back from everybody playing him. It seems like he's taking a little bit of time for players to learn, and that he's actually, believe it or not, a little underpowered. So we're going to see some quality of life adjustments here, as well as some very slight buffs to make him handle a little better and play to his strengths.
Okay, we'll go through those buffs then overall. It's going to be Screech, first of all. The cooldown has been reduced. It used to be 15 seconds. It's now going to be 13 seconds. Not only that, we're going to touch the Vampire Bats as well. The separated slow and damage over time into separate effects. And not only that, we've added a new visual effect to convey the slow. The bats will still convey the dot damage though as well, correct, Pom Pom?
That is correct.
Okay, and then not only that, the Bat Out of Hell, the ultimate, has also been changed slightly. Increased duration of this ability from 3 seconds to 4 seconds, and now passes through player-created deployables. So
That's
what kind
right.
of deployables are those?
That means you can now fly and swoop through Ymir walls and Odin walls and other things like that.
But not map walls,
Not
correct?
map walls, no.
Okay.
But player walls, you can use it to get out, and we're going to give players a little bit more time up there to help them focus their swoops and really make good skill shots.
Swoop, there it is.
Swoop, there it is.
Next up is a very interesting change, I think, in this patch. Carly is getting some love this patch.
This one's crazy hype, yes.
Yeah, is this a damage buff? Is this a CC buff? Like, I'm concerned.
I think this is a new type of buff we don't have very often. This is a removal of RNG buff.
Hold up, this is not your typical design buff that we normally see.
No, not at all. This is quite a tweak.
Dude, I'm excited now. Well, we'll run through it and you can explain it in a little bit more detail for me. But it's all to do with the Marked for Death ability. Instead of it being RNG, it's now going to have this. This ability now has a new menu to allow Carly players to select their first target. The selection must be made before taking any other actions at the start of a match. Whenever Carly dies, she may change this target through the same menu. And not only that, when she kills a target now, Marked for Death will now select the closest god to Carly to become her next target.
That is correct.
No RNG at all, Pom Pom.
Right. So Kali has always been a pretty scary goddess, but we haven't been seeing much play for her. She has a lot too many risks and not enough rewards, it seems. So we wanted to actually take that power and make sure players who want to play her have a little bit more control. This lets them choose the target they're going to want to try to gank her in the early game, and it lets them choose the targets whenever they die, as opposed to it being chosen by the target that used to kill them, which was a little bit confusing and arbitrary. So streamlining all that and allowing her to chain targets close together so you can really make those big plays with her.
Definitely interested to see how the community reacts to that one. I think it's a very interesting change.
It's very interesting.
And I'm very interested to see how they're going to be happy about Sir Ket getting changed this patch.
Oh, I know. There's always been so much talk about Sir Ket. I think they're going to like this one.
Much fun. Wow. This patch, we're going to see Last Breath is getting changed, and for those at home, don't worry too much, but it's a good change for her. This ability will now only go on cooldown if it is successful. If it successfully hits a target.
That's correct. So this one is one we heard from the community about this one. We listened to you guys. There was a lot of frustration about this. People thought it was a bug. So we really just wanted to give the players what they want here. So no longer will Sir Ket be wasting ultimates because of, kind of almost seemingly very lucky timed mobility moves.
That's such a shame. I used to prefer seeing her do that. I'll be honest. Finally, the last god that's going to get changed in this patch or have some adjustment to it is Thanatos.
Oh, yeah.
Before we go through why Thanatos, before we go through actually what's changing Pompon, why are we looking at changing him?
Thanatos is, just really cool, but we haven't seen him too much lately, so we're going to do a little bit of quality of life and a little bit of a buff here just to spice him up a little bit and see how players use him.
Well, let's see how much spice is in this patch. The general, first of all, abilities now cost percentage of current health and not percentage of total health. And not only that, we're also going to have Soul Reap. We've adjusted the silence duration. It used to scale from 0.5 second up to 1.5 seconds. It's now going to be 1 second flat. So overall, Pompon, it buffs a little bit in the early game and allows him to fight a little bit more often.
Exactly. So, I mean, Thanatos as a lifesteal god, he should be able to fight at low life. So that's what the percentage really does. It lets him make those cool plays even when he's at very low HP. He'll still be very risky, but if he manages to play well, he'll at least be able to fire his abilities if he manages his mana. And the silence one is to help just focus him to make him very obviously still an early game god, where he does drop off considerably late, so we're just buffing that a little bit too.
Pompon, the item and god discussion with you today was better than I've ever experienced.
Thank you, Hindu. I feel so great to hear you say that.
It's good to see you finally improving, but, you know, we've still got the hardest thing to go through now, which is going to be, you know, the skins that are coming out this patch as well. Oh. So I hope you are prepared for these.
Oh, I think everything should go quite perfectly.
Was that the last balance change?
That was the last balance change, I believe.
I don't think I saw any nerfs. Was this an all buff patch?
Oh, you're right. It was.
I think this was our first all buff patch.
I'm pretty sure there'll be 1 or 2 people in the community that will find a reason to say this was not an all buff patch. I bet you there's at least 2.
That's awesome, guys.
That's the community.
We did it.
Good job,
awesome, Pom.
The dream.
Good job, Pompon. Okay, on to skins then, finally. And we'll start things off with what I requested at the start, and sadly, Pompon wasn't ready. Kumbhakana Warlord skin. The Warlord Kumbhakana skin is going to be here this patch.
Look at that. Look how awesome that card is.
Look at that
Oh,
jaw.
man.
Yeah.
You know what it kind of reminds me of?
James
Chuck.
Bond villain?
I wish he was here.
Yeah.
So with this skin, obviously coming in this patch, skeleton dude
seeing
thing.
Chuck all over the place.
Oh my god, that skin looks amazing already. Like he already looks quality.
Look how amazing that is.
Taking a nap.
What's the biggest?
Particularly spectacular, this one.
What's the biggest things in this skin?
Well, we'll show that at the end. That's a surprise.
Really?
But yeah, so the idea here
Skulls on his
was,
belly.
you know, we had the wacky Sleepy Time Kumbhakarna skin. We had the wacky Yeti skin. We didn't have like a serious badass skin for Kumbhakarna.
No, we did not.
And we just really wanted to try to, you know, he's kind of a big guy, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
He kind of has
flame
a
effect. Show me
bit
that
of a
again.
goofy demeanor, and we wanted to see what we could do just to make him straight up awesome and badass.
Lights out. Okay, I'm liking the little annotations with his voice as well now.
So we went with this kind of wasteland warlord, you know, crazy ad hoc machine armor and stuff. So we're really happy with the way this turned out.
Tina, did you write this voice pack and do it yourself? After
No,
a night out?
I actually did not write this voice
I think
pack.
that depends on if
so
it's
it's
good
going
or
to be a
not.
good voice pack then.
Oh.
Wow.
Not
man.
cool, Hindu. Not
Alright.
cool.
Listen,
All
I have been waiting for weeks to get her on the show just so I can say that, right? Like it's taken me a long time to get that far.
And a subpoena.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Eventually.
Now, the question is, did the pun threshold drop when we get to the jokes?
I don't know, man. You got to ask
Who wrote
Fish?
this
Well,
one?
before we
Who
get to
wrote
the
this
voice
one?
pack, I just want to see
Well, it
the
depends on
anti
if it's good or
again. Can
Shut
we see the ultimate from max distance, please, just to show it?
Oh, sorry.
That's a little bit better. Thank you, Pon. You look a little bit less useful than usual at this section, it seems. And so we've seen all the abilities there from him as well, but he does have a very special feature, but we'll do that at the end. We'll go through the voice pack as per usual, so quiet please in the set.
Chosen to lead. You will live forever. I have been chosen to lead. War! Fantastic! Fantastic! Attack the Gold Fury! Attack Fire Giant! Defend middle lane!
And some jokes and taunts, please.
How do you seduce a larger man like myself? Piece of cake.
Uh,
I'm particularly
That's-
proud of my six-pack. That's why I protect it behind a layer of fat. No more fat jokes. Don't you think I have enough on my plate?
That is basically me.
Wow.
Murder machine. If you seek to die in glorious combat, here's your chance. I've come to lead you to redemption, but it will not be painless.
Now that's not all with this patch either. He does also have one additional effect, I believe.
special feature.
A
Special feature.
feature, just
Probably
like
the
Medusa.
coolest special feature.
Oh, man.
Can he move with that too?
You should be able to camera roll.
Oh, he can move!
He's
Oh,
got.
that's pretty cool.
flaming guitar, guys.
I'm done. I'm sold. Combat every game.
Yeah, so...
I'm just in lane playing that over and over just to annoy everybody every
Rickwood
game.
really came through with that riff, too.
Yeah, he did. It feels perfect. So this was a thing. Larson showed up, and he was like, what are we going to do to make the skin over the top?
And this was our answer.
And I got to say that this might have been my idea when he said that.
Wow, Larson actually
So-
has good ideas.
No, Chuck has good ideas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Larson has ideas that we
listen,
need
listen.
to have an idea, okay?
Tina.
That's what happened there.
That's a producer idea.
I know this is your first time on the show, Tina, but
It is.
your job is not to make jokes
Would you like to join?
and be rude to people. That's my
Well,
job.
we've seen her
okay,
voice backs. Her
sorry.
job
Alright,
is
can you come a
clearly
little
not to make
closer?
jokes.
I just want to jingle your bells for a second.
You cannot, not just
Oh.
now. Not just now.
Oh,
Look, you
really?
did.
Oh, pun!
You had one job.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
useless.
I mean, why don't you just do Al Kwong's ultimate in slow-mo again?
I'm sorry.
I missed last
know.
upon
I'm sorry.
Pon, that's weird. I never see you brush your hair away with your finger. Usually, you kind of like use your
Your head.
You're what, Tina?
head
Your neck.
motion, neck
Your
thing.
neck.
Yeah, the
Yeah. These are the people that design our game, boys and girls. I just want you to know that. Like, this is what I have to put up with on a daily basis.
Ira's puns over there.
It's perfect. Well, we will have more skins coming to you, but we can show you some card art, I guess, as we're waiting for this little bit.
Ooh,
next
yeah,
up.
let's go to the next
So let's go
card.
to the card art here. I'm going to see the Rama card, the Nature's Guardian Rama.
Look
is
at
gonna
this
be the next
card.
one in-
Yeah, it's
I
dope.
mean, all the cards this patch
Getting back
were
to some fantasy
spectacular.
roots.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
bad Age is not here. Who'd say it's so dank? You guys, it's so dank.
Would he say that?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard
I-
AJ say
I
dank
think I think
before.
Are
you
you
would.
kidding me?
Can we get a cricket
Not on
sound
air.
effect?
Okay.
Not
yeah.
at Tino.
Oh, where is JJ?
JJ.
He would really.
Who's
He'd be like,
JJ?
oh, it's
Ira's
so
JJ. Get him on the
dank."
set now.
So what kind of skin is this one going to be here, Skeleton Lady?
So this is our fantasy elf take for Rama. Yeah, I think it came out pretty spectacular. And we did the same thing we've done with all the Rama skins, where we've kept him a Rama blue.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty spectacular.
Awesome.
Are we?
Well, we
what's
should be able to get a
happening
game of it soon once
at that
Pom gets
hair,
things
too.
working,
Once we're
unfortunately.
not crashed.
I guess we could look at some other card art, 'cause we do have the mastery skins that I guess we could show.
That's
If
true.
Pom
Try to
tries
get us
to
back in.
I
jump
think that
to
every
it.
time we do white hair,
Let's
we
have a
never
look
go wrong.
at Rama first of all. Now it's semi-leaked already, but we do
Ooh.
have the Rama card art available
Right.
for you as well to show off right now.
And as we've been saying, we are updating the mastery skins to go with the guys that got new skins in a patch. So it was Rama's turn.
He's got a very noble foot there on
As
the
we
card.
can see here, back to blue.
Well, we can go in game for Ram now, I believe, and actually show off these Rama stuff
Nice.
as well. And here is the Nature's Guardian.
Yeah.
One of the newer skins available to you as well. He's beautiful elf-looking dude.
Got his magical plutonium containers. Yeah.
Oh, he's got Pluto. That's cool. So he can.
Or no, it's just magical elf juice.
Elf juice.
Yeah. it's
Unobtainium.
very important.
Do elves
Yeah,
have
unobtainium.
special magical juice? I didn't know
Unobtainium.
that.
This elf, he does.
How do you think they live so long?
Yeah, they got to drink their elf juice.
Drinking the juice.
Gotta drink that elf juice.
Just
all
gonna leave
day,
that one
every
right
day.
there.
So he's got lovely green effects to it on the auto attacks with the astral arrows as well.
I would say technically they're a tealish cyan color if
Oh,
we're going to be
sorry.
technical about
Sorry,
it.
I'm basic boy, and that basically means I see green.
Well, not all of us have that.
So,
I don't have that
we can,
education.
We can tell how cyan it is by whether Chris Larson can see it.
Oh,
Oh, that's
interesting.
true.
Yeah.
And the snipes as well for you, the roll you just saw as well. And let's listen to the voice pack as well, please.
I am the greatest archer.
Are you now?
I like your style. Woohoo!
Sounds very regal.
Woohoo!
Yes, got a nice
Excellent.
elf lord
Attack
character.
The Gold Fury. Attack
You're
Fire
welcome.
Giant. Defend middle lane.
Well done, Tina.
What do you
Oh,
call
shit,
a
we can't talk to
psychic
them.
dwarf on a run? A small, medium, and
Here's a
large.
joke.
Two dwarves walked into a bar. The third one ducked.
To that. Tina was your shoe.
Elves have never gotten along with
This was
dwarves. They are unsanitary and belittling.
Well, before we even do the
not
laugh,
stand a chance.
You need to do the
before we
ulti.
do the laugh, I need to let you know that Tina made this voice pack, okay? So if the laugh is not what you guys expect for a Rama laugh, it's on her.
Blame Tina.
Let's listen to the laugh.
Oh, shit.
It's almost a little Tim Curry.
It's okay, Tina.
I don't know. It's kind of sexy.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like he might be making out with some furries in the bush
I
and
don't know
laughing
how
after
Twitch
it.
chat's going to respond with that.
Phrasing, Tina.
But
yeah.
you really need to listen to the voice, the ulti.
Okay, we'll
I
listen to it.
kind of like made up my own,
Okay, let's listen.
Elvish.
All right, keep going.
We'll ulti one more time here.
I like your style.
Just no slow-mo.
Oh, he sells elf stuff, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
You know.
Cross-check that against other predetermined forms of Elvish and make sure he's not
Yeah, I kind
saying
of just.
something bad.
No.
Probably not.
She just winged it.
Yeah, I just kind of winged it.
That sounds like High Studios for me.
Yeah.
Kind of on the money there. Just wing it and see how it goes. And with that one as well, we'll move on to the next skin that's available then after Rama, and it's going to be
You know,
Go on, what were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying nobody knows what he's saying. It's like the Mercury skin. Free ponies! Like,
Next
That
he
up,
line,
says
by
enema,
the way,
by
is
the way.
supposed to be rave party,
oh, okay.
and the other line is supposed to be end of line.
But it
That's
sounds
That's
like
what
he's
those are
saying
supposed to be.
enema.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Enema!
Free ponies!
We had our
Prototype
top scholars
Scylla.
delve into the archives
Oh,
to
it's
track
so
that
great.
down.
Let's
so great.
look
Maybe
at
we should change
prototype
that one
Scylla,
day.
guys.
Let's look at
Not.
prototype. Hello, lag. Yes, thank
Oh.
you, thank you. Prototype Scylla is now going to be available as well, and this is one that came from a community suggestion, I believe. Here.
When we did the tier 5 skin brain pool on the internet kind of deal.
The brain pool on the
internet, yeah. When back in my day,
Series of tubes.
a series of tubes. It's just computers in people's houses. So we had a lot of interest in doing a high-tech Scylla, and we kind of riffed off of that and did our own high-tech Scylla riff.
Well, let's
And
go
it
into
turned
game
out pretty awesome.
and see exactly how she's going to look
Begin
in game
with
for
that
you all
card.
as well. She looks beautiful yet very dangerous, which is the right sort of idea I guess you're going for.
She continues the Scylla theme of being mildly sinister.
She looks like she writes pain poetry on her live journal page.
More than likely.
Futuristic
But
Sure.
poetry.
Not her own pain, other people's pain is what we've come to see with Scylla. Thanks to those lovely buffs last patch as well.
Absolutely.
Next up then, show me some ability. Show me the second, first of all, Pon. Good work, Pon. Next ability, Pon.
There you go.
Oh, look at the ground. I love the symbols.
That is
move
pretty.
there.
Well, you actually do work.
It actually feels like she's been like made. Now she's just not formed as a little girl that could do all this. It likes like these attachments, these dogs have actually been implemented onto her. The ultimate.
This one
animation's
has some cool
great.
stuff in it too.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
to it.
Can you get an over the top look there, Pon, so we can see exactly on a cleared
A
just on
little
the ground.
cybernetic dog face there.
Just all on the ground for us, and you should be able to see it. Nice and clear, the dog face. Just about.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Thanks, Pon.
if you put multiple Odins and killed them, you could chain it together.
No, that's not possible. I
Yeah,
don't think Pon knows how to do that, does he?
Trying, hold on.
Good job. There's 3.
It's
There
more than
we
one
go.
in most
Oh.
curriculum.
Oh, I'm good at this today.
Better than usual, Pon.
Definitely.
Killing the whole team.
Oh, you got a pentakill? That never happened in your career ever, Pon.
Oh, that was cold.
But I pentakill the designers in the playtests all the time.
It's
Yeah,
true.
well, that's not hard, is it? The designers, after all, let's be honest.
The
There's a
Ajax
crush.
guy is pretty good.
Extremely rude.
He can be okay, but only in single fight scenarios. The voice pack for Scylla, please.
Don't look at me.
Undeniably the greatest. I guess you're okay.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Not too bad. Attack the Gold Fury. Attack Fire Giant. Defend middle lane. The past, the present, and the future walked into a bar. It was tense. I started reading a book on anti-gravity. Now I just can't put it down. One time a brain sucker attached itself to my partner. It died of starvation.
It seems a little bit spunkier than usual.
Play?
Yeah.
And the laugh?
What's wrong? I'm just a little girl.
Okay, that laugh's
Yeah,
Evil
that's
laugh.
It's better than
pretty-
your laugh,
that's
Tina, if you don't
pretty
like the
epic.
voice
Very
pack.
good.
Oh,
Just saying.
Good laugh.
Just saying.
so
Whoever
salty
made
this
that
Hindu.
voice pack is better. I'm sorry, these jesters
See
are
what I have to
overworked
put up
these
with,
days.
guys?
I'm sorry. I'm out of jokes so far. I'm just going to go with brute honest truth now. Next up is
All
going to
right,
be
all right. We're going with cruelty.
Scylla's
That's
cool.
what breaks his facade.
I did it. Scylla's mastery skin. Oh, no,
Oh,
okay.
the Tormentula, guys.
Ah.
Okay, Tormentula Arachne. Good job, Pom. Great work back there once again. We're going to show you the Tormentula Arachne skin. This is going to be available in the Odyssey, I believe, in the latest patch. Skull Lady Girl thing, man. What is all about this skin?
This is so we needed a tier 2 for Arachne, so that's exactly what this is. It's pretty awesome for a tier 2.
Ooh, those spiders look
Yeah,
awesome.
check it out.
It's almost like they match what she's wearing too.
Yeah, that was the idea.
I hope so. Otherwise, that'd be really weird if it was just accidental that it happened as well.
So yeah, we wanted to go with a color scheme that was just, you know, very extremely different from base Arachne,
vibrant.
and yeah, turned out cool. And we even colored the spiders to match.
And this is a tier 2, you said as well, right?
Yes, it is a tier 2.
Awesome. Okay.
It's scary, man. Those are like Australian skull spiders or something crazy.
I forget what the spider is. That
Oh, it's based on a real spider?
reference. Yeah.
This is a reference to a real spider.
I did not know that.
We have a couple members of the high-res team, the high-res family, who are not particularly fond of spiders. I don't know
True.
if
Yeah.
they'll be able to
Scott.
handle, famously,
Yeah.
if they'll be able to handle
I
the
won't
skin.
say I've never released a live actual insect onto Hyra Scott's desk, just in case.
Well,
It might find him.
next
Still
up,
fake one.
this patch in the skin department is going to be one towards some of our professional teams in the Smite scene. We're going to see Solbeck available to you. I don't even say it's Solbeck. Solbeck is
that
just
card's so
Solbeck. And I love how his controller actually has SOAR written on it as well. I like that little detail on the card out there. And he's a handsome looking dude.
Yes, look, he's super into it.
Now, Skull Lady Dude, Man Thing. Obviously, there's been a couple of differences with these skins going forward with the, the revisited versions of these pro skins.
Yep. So we've, we've got the canonically correct logoed jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The team
So
colors.
it's just more focused on those things as well. Now, obviously, the abilities are very similar, but I believe, like you said, you gave it more of a tier 2 treatment to these skins.
Yeah, we did some overall tier 2ing of the team skins.
These are always cool because everybody's got their own pocket favorites for who they want to win SPL matches, and there's few better ways to show your support for your team of choice than to dress up as them in the game.
When you think of I think of Jigs playing Sobek, so that makes perfect sense. But not only that, we also have, when Masked plays the game, he likes to play a little bit of Susano. Rip, thanks to the nerfs. But he's got a skin this patch, and he's going to have the Luminosity Susano is going to be available as well. Very similar to the Sobek skin as well. We can go in game and have a little look at that one as well.
I like that we still don't see his eyes.
We see yours, though.
Oh, we do.
We went
You
in
gotta
game.
tilt your head, yeah.
We went in game
There
and
you
you
go.
weren't ready, Fishman. Come on. You were supposed to be ready
Is this
now.
in game now? Is this
Close-
real life?
It's close enough. Have you used your ultimate yet? Oh, I can't tell because it didn't knock me up.
Kazega
did it.
Oh,
Savage.
did you like that shot?
Savage.
I'm on fire today, I
Oh,
tell
hey
you.
fam. Oh, hey fam. Savage.
Good job, Pompon, for joining us there. And there's a little look at it in-game as well.
And you can see his whole
Where's the
outfit
shades
has
on?
been kind of tweaked out into the luminosity color
I
palette.
like the shades. I like that addition. The shades are what completes this for me, honestly. I think it needed those, just so you can
I
never really
like
see
his
them.
little breeches or whatever with the symbols on the knees. That's cool. It's a nice little detail.
Be able to play him in-game, just like Mask does every single week, generally feeding in most of your games, so that'll work out well. Now, we already showed you the Rama Mastery skin that's available this patch, but we can actually show them in-game as well, hopefully. But we'll have a look at Scylla, which is the card art for that, first of all, which we've not even looked at just yet, and Scylla is getting a Mastery update. Thank you, Pom-Pom, for getting the card art right this time.
Oh, yeah.
Cylian Mastery is not new Arachne skin? Is that what I'm hearing?
It seems so.
Ah.
It seems so. Sadly, unfortunately enough, you can't just turn
Well,
into
it wasn't an all buff patch then.
No, not really. But there's the little girl
There
in
you
all
go.
her glory in the game once more.
That's really crisp.
She looks kind of Disney princessy to me.
Agree.
Apart from she's evil and will kill you.
That's right.
Well,
For the most part.
Ooh,
Oh,
darkest of
that's
the
really
That's better.
nice.
That's better.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't look like a princess in that one more for me.
Yep.
I feel that. And then the diamond
Diamond.
version. Come on, Pon Pon. Why have you not got these commands ready, Pon?
I'm trying. I can only do it so fast.
I'm building stacks.
Oh, you're building stacks. Okay. Good-
Yeah,
good to
that
know.
matters.
That was very important.
Stack-
And can you show the
Stacks of
abilities?
failure.
Can you show the abilities in the diamond version for me? Obviously, we probably don't have time to go through every single
We
version.
definitely need
but
to see the ultimate.
I need to see the
Yeah.
ultimate here for sure. Oh, diamond dogs.
almost the ultimate.
He found it on the third attempt.
They're also CC immune. You can't quite tell that,
Yeah.
That sounds
they're
like Pom Pom in
diamond
game.
colored.
Oh,
There, you see,
you
there
go.
they are.
You can see the set of little
Diamond
little
dogs.
as well. So the diamond dogs will be available for you this patch as well. And not only that, we also have the Rama, I believe, which should be available in a second if Pom Pom knows how to type.
Going.
R-A-M-A. There you go.
Got it.
Oh,
Oh!
snap.
So sad.
You know, it happens again.
One job.
Oh, man.
Well, while we have this moment here, I think there's some kind of error. There's this weird little like red rider at the bottom of the screen. What is that about?
Yeah, what is that about?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't we read it, Fishman?
What does it say?
What does it
says,
say?
New game announcement at the end of SMITE patch notes.
There
Like
you go.
today?
That is today.
Right after this show?
After this show.
That sounds really
finally
like a
ends.
new high-res game.
A new high-res game.
That sounds awesome. I'm
Hopefully.
stoked.
Hopefully. I mean, obviously, the way our design team works here, you know, we're going to see Tina touching
Well, just
up a T-Rex.
just
petting
don't have
him.
Pawn on the tech for it, and we should be okay, I
That
think.
should be the best. That should be the best thing there. Obviously, we're going back into game in a second.
I'm
just to
fixing
show you
it,
the
okay?
ROM.
I'm
There's a
trying
lot of
as well.
wildly incorrect internet speculation on this particular item.
Oh,
So,
there's, yeah.
yeah.
So I
snap,
had
you
someone
guys.
ask me about
Pop,
it
why is your hand
in-game.
not on the keyboard?
I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm going as fast as I can. It's loading, okay? It's loading. It'll be ready soon.
It'll be ready soon, you promise?
I promise. The Rama masteries are super neat, and then we'll see the super neat new game.
Have you been like shaving a little bit more than usual here?
No,
Your
I
sides look-
grew it out. It's looking quite full
Did you?
and rich, if you ask me.
Okay, looks like you shaved the sides. You don't normally do that. I do like the hair though. It's looking better this week.
It's maybe like he's been eating something.
Okay, I'm
Eating
sorry,
what,
guys.
Chuck?
We can't
Maybe
get it.
pie, like a chocolate
Great
pie.
work. Well,
Yeah.
with this, I'm going to be ending the SMITE patch notes. Please stay tuned because any second now, we're going to bring up a video for you as well and talk all about the new game that's coming to you. But thank you so much for joining us
Exciting
this
stuff.
week, guys. Have a wonderful patch notes. All
And
the patch
happy
notes will be
Halloween.
listed in the future. Pom
Don't
Pom,
go
before
away.
we go, Pom Pom, when a patch note, when's PTS coming up?
I don't know. Like,
What a shock,
Probably
Pom Pom.
Friday.
He knows nothing as usual. Guys, we'll be back after the break. But for now, have a look at our new game.
2016 has been an amazing year for Hi-Res Studios. SMITE's had one of its strongest years ever, and we just recently took Paladins into open beta. And now we want to show you guys something new that we've been working on. We're huge fans here at the studio of tactical games, of turn-based games, something we've wanted to do for a very long time. And it's very exciting to be able to make a game in that genre in the SMITE universe.
SMITE Tactics all started off as a paper prototype.
They started making like basically a board game and just playing around with that, and I saw it. I was like instantly hooked and interested.
After the initial PC playtest, everyone realized how awesome the game was, and we decided to move forward with it. There's a wide variety of cards in SMITE Tactics. We wanted to make sure that everyone was building synergies based on gods and minions. We really felt that really captured the life of SMITE. But similar to SMITE, the real stars of the show are the gods. Each god in SMITE Tactics has a unique active ability that goes on a turn-based cooldown when used. These abilities not only capture the spirit of the god in SMITE itself, but also allow the player more control on the game.
So the coolest things we get to do is put more effort into attack animations and ability animations. In SMITE, we are very strict on the timings for all the animations. So in this, it's not just quick swipes, it's actually big, long attacks. Not only the god characters, we got to do a lot of the creeps and the minions, because you summon them in, you control them, and they are important in this game.
We've gained a lot of experience from developing SMITE for multiple platforms. And so with Tactics, we're definitely building it from the ground up to be an amazing experience with either a keyboard or a controller.
I like Tactics a lot because it's mainly positioning, not just the cards you draw, so I enjoy that a lot.
It's actually going to be great for playing in between rank queues, plus it'll be fun for those of you that stream and do YouTube content to always be playing a game for your stream.
This is a project that has been very near and dear to me, and I can't wait to see you guys play it because we have put a lot of work into it.
It's a game that I'm really passionate about. I'm hoping that people really enjoy it.
We're going to be starting closed testing towards the end of the year, and we can't wait for you guys to see more of the game.
Tactics, baby! Gandhi is here. Gandhi, congratulations, first of all. It's about time we've seen you. It's been a while.
I know, it's been, I'm assuming this one. Hi, guys. How is
He doesn't know how
everyone?
to do camera anymore. It's been too long.
It has been a very long time. We used to cast together.
A long, long time ago. Back when
Yeah.
I was bad.
Yep, that's a fair point.
But that's the way it's been.
Yep, it
so,
is.
Talk to me, enough about that. Talk to me more about Tactics. I need to know everything. First of all, how long have you guys been working on this? Since the beginning.
So it's always been in the background. This has been something that we've been working on for quite some time, but I would say the project really started to ramp up in spring of this year. And really what we were looking at was, as you kind of saw in the video there, was the paper prototype and how everything went into it. And when I say it's been in a long time, I mean, I've had you play the paper prototype, and it started off where we didn't even have like cards or anything. And you, I remember you said, Scott, I don't know what your plan is with this.
I had no clue. Like some of the balance situation was almost better than Smite's. It was great. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was close. And then so what we started to do is the game started to get a little bit of traction, and then we started the main development for the game, and that was getting the game onto Unreal 4. And we had a very, very small team at the beginning, and then we ramped up to about 13 people.
So we're at about 13 people right now working on SMITE Tactics.
Yes.
Exclusively, pretty much.
Yes, I have 13 rock stars. I mean, I'm very, very blessed with the team that I have. I mean, whether it's the gameplay programmers, effects, UI as a whole, animation, I mean, all these guys are really top of the notch. And if it wasn't for them, obviously, you know, we wouldn't have had any of the progress we're at now. So I want to thank each of them. Now, what sucks about this is, since I gave them credit, now they're going to hold that over my head.
Yeah, they will. Yep. That's how the company works. On top of that, though, it's time to get down to business now, okay?
Yep.
The real questions.
Okay.
Is all the SMITE gods going to be in this game?
So not at launch. It's not. So right now, the plan is that we will be launching with 4 pantheons.
Right.
It'll be Norse, Greek, Egyptian, and Chinese.
Okay.
And so in there will be a subset of the characters. So we'll have a bunch of different gods in each of them, as well as minions, and then items as well.
So minions related to their pantheon as well, is what
yes.
you're going to say to that. So you're going to be all pantheon specific?
Yes, it is all pantheon specific. But, you know, the long-term plan when we're looking at it is we are going to try to get every single god in there. And since it's SMITE Tactics and it's a tactical game, hopefully, fingers crossed, we start getting a lot more mythological creatures in down the way.
Now, next question. This is an important one.
Okay.
Is it free to play?
Yes. I'm pretty sure everything that we make here in Hi-Res Studios is always going to be free to play. It's kind of our...
So, you know what? Someone's going to edit that going back now in the future and be like, it's always going to be free to play, free to play, free to play. Never.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Next game ends up being...
Exactly, yeah. And that's what I'm like. You never want to pigeonhole yourself like that. But Tactics is going to be free to play.
Yes, sir.
So just buying, you know, getting the game, you can download it and play it when it's available, which we'll get to right about now. What's the best favorite part of the game then that you're looking forward to, and what do you think the biggest drive of this game's going to be?
Okay, you threw me off there. I thought we were going to talk about the beta, but
no, I'm going through it.
Okay, yeah. So my favorite part of the game, you know, that's one of those questions where it's really weird, right? Because you ask it's like asking a father like which one of his kids is his favorite. Right? Yeah. It's really hard to be like, oh, yeah, I really like Johnny more than I like Sammy because Sammy fails at math, right? Yeah. It's a little odd, but I would say probably the favorite part is active abilities on the gods. So gods are their own specific unit, and when you play them from your hand and they go onto the board, you actually have active abilities. And what these active abilities allow you to do is control the flow of the game. Gotcha. And you've known, because you've played a lot as well, that, you know, it really empowers the player, and it's not so much RNG about it.
It's one of these things where you actually look at the game and you think to yourself, if I've played SMITE before, I recognize these gods immediately when I'm playing the cards. But at the same time with that as well, from my opinion, is that even if you're a new player, I'm pretty sure it's going to be very easy to understand how these gods influence the battlefield.
I agree. And there's a lot of them where, you know, some of the abilities, right, like when you think of like Ymir, for example, right? You know, he's got so many iconic things about him. But so when I looked at it, I was like, well, you know, when I think of Ymir, I think about getting frozen in the mid lane, and then all of a sudden I'm just dead. So we had to bring his freeze to life here in SMITE Tactics.
You're already dead in mid lane anyway. It didn't make a difference, did it? Let's be honest. On top of that,
hey, that All-Star match back in 2015, I got first blood.
2 years ago, Gandhi. 2 years ago.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's life.
I had hair
then. That's
then.
how long you've been away from the scene for.
I had hair then.
You did. But now you've got a game instead, which I think is a better option. Good trade.
That's fair, yeah.
All right, beta. When's it out?
So we're hoping that at some point at the end of this year that we're going to start open testing, closed beta testing, and we'll kind of go from there. But really, that's going to depend on everyone hitting all of the deadlines and making sure that it comes out as a complete product. So really just pay attention and keep an eye on all of our Twitters to make sure that, you know, at Hi-Res, we could release it, you know, a month from now, or it could be next year. You know, Stu gets on his Twitter, and next thing you know, the game is officially live. That's just how it goes.
Closed beta, though, is there a place where they could go and sign up potentially to go and actually sign up to go in that closed beta?
Yep. So right now, if you go to www.smitetactics.com, you can go there and then you can sign up for the beta. The beta right now is only geared up for PC.
Right. Okay. So it's going to be PC focused for the time being.
Yes, sir.
Maybe stuff down the line. We'll see.
Hopefully. I mean, I am a console guy, so it would be a little bit of a miss.
That's why I would be shocked.
It's a little bit of a miss if we don't look at console.
That's for sure. So overall here we've got the beta hopefully coming in by the end of the year. You can sign up over at smitetactics.com and get signed up for that so you can come and play too and give it a test and see what you think about it. As well as that, it's going to be free to play.
Yes.
Which is one of the biggest points from our point of view as high-res is what we want to hit for.
It is. It is. It's super exciting. I can't wait for you guys to actually get your hands on it and play it. So far, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it personally, and like I've seen.
You've been grinding.
I really did.
I also don't like playing against you.
I nerded out over this game because obviously it's all about stats and analysis and like working out position and stuff. I'm really nerdy like that, so yeah.
Yeah, people wouldn't expect that Hindu is actually super intelligent when it comes to analysis, but he's actually pretty good at theory crafting. He just takes the back seat to make Adonis look better on the cast. I got you, buddy.
I don't even need to add anything. I'm just like, there you go. It's all done and sorted. That's fine. My personal opinion on the game, though, is very, very strategy-based as well, which is one of my biggest things.
Yeah, very tactics-heavy.
And it's very, very important from my heart. It's like a strategy-based game should be very strategical, but it's got a lot of elements that a lot of people will like in the game from my viewpoint anyway. I'm going to enjoy it. And on top of that, I broke as many cards as I could on the creation of this, so probably there's a few more that I get to break as well going forward.
Yep, that's kind of your job now.
Hopefully we'll see going forward. Gunny, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Hindu.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Good to see you again finally, but I'm sure we'll see plenty of more with him where more news and announcements come out about Smite Tactics. For now, though, that's all we've got time for today. I hope you guys are all interested. Definitely send in feedback and ask questions to Gandhi. Maybe he'll respond to some. We'll see you all later. Have a good night.